Good morning all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, November 10th, and we're looking at the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. Now let's get to a couple things real quick before all hysteria sets in. People probably screaming on Twitter, sell will come, island tops. First and foremost, markets do not go bull bear. So we hit an all-time high yesterday, sold off $10, but we still held the gap. And we were up in the daily. If we are to take out yesterday's low, yes, we do have a chance for a true island top. True island top is when you make a gap to an all-time high and the next day gap lower. That's a true island top. So can we have one? Yes. Will it hold? Remains to be seen. More importantly than the island top is even if this gap fills, we have a tremendous price probe and price spike, which the buyers are not going to find easy to fill. M period was over $5 long, and just L period itself is exactly $4 from L period's low to M's low. So that's $4 just to take back the price probe. Triple Qs. Now this is a little more interesting. They had an outside day down, so they didn't never hit their all-time high. Their all-time high is in the regular trading hours and in overnight. It's still on September 2nd. So they did not hit an all-time high, but they did have an outside day down. They took out the previous day's high, closed below the previous day's low. That's bearish, and now are looking to gap lower. The Russell, the IWM, SPY, and Triple Qs, all their all-time highs are still in the overnight and pre-market session. So at some point, those should be revisited. Question is, when will it be and how far down the road? So let's go over destinations and a game plan for this morning. So we still have 75 minutes prior to the opening. So I'm going to give yesterday's low as both sides of the equation for right now in case we do not gap lower. So on the upside, yesterday's low was 354.06. Not coincidentally, the inside month, last month's high was 354.02. That's the inside month. So they held it yesterday. Now they're trying to get back into it. Remember, it's an inside month. So back and forth through it can happen throughout the month. We'll see if there's any clear direction, either a back above it or firmly inside of it. That's very important to keep in mind. We are certainly inside of February's 4-month balance high right now. So 354.06, yesterday's low, would be your first destination on the upside. Then we have our overnight high of 356.11. Then we have the price probe, which is L's low of 358.06. Price spike from D's low, 358.67. And the afternoon rally high, H's high of 362.14. For the downside, if we do not gap lower, then we'll use yesterday's low of 354.06. And then there's two gaps to fill. I gave them to you yesterday. Here's the weekly gap. Here's the daily gap. The weekly gap gets filled at 352.19. The daily gap at 351.51. Below that, we have the price probe from November 6th. E's high of 350.90. 11 wide at 350.06. 349.21 afternoon pullback low from that day, and 347.65 daily low. So what's the game plan for this morning? Well, right now there's a possibility of gapping into a gap. So do you want to take a put play? You can certainly take a put play. Again, it all depends on the size of the gap, right? If we're going to open close to the weekly and daily gap fills, do I want to short it down there? No, because I want to see if that's all the sellers want to do. They might do that and then come back and take back this gap. But if the risk reward is decent, if this gap isn't that large and there's still a decent amount down to these gap fills, then I would take a put play. So right now, M's low yesterday was 354.06. I would look to take, if we gap lower, a 354 put. Now, I am trading Friday's expirations for the rest of the week. So I would look to take a 354 put. If this gap gets filled, I'm out and I reassess. This is a huge M period. We know the history of M period, but this one will be the most daunting one yet for the buyers to trade the whole thing. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it would not be easy. But if this gap fills, I would get out and reassess. If we open up in B period, get a little bit into M, but don't take out A's high, and then B takes out A's low, then I'd get on board a put again to fill the gap. You could always get back in. So that would be a put play early. Is there a call play? No, not right here. If we are to open, fill these gaps, and then in B period, say one time frame up, then maybe I'd take a call play to see if we're going to at least fill this gap if there's still a gap. Again, these are all early plays. So much can happen in the next 70 minutes. So for $20 a month, $1 a day, you're getting this kind of information and up to the second trade ideas in CamelbackTrading.org's voice channel room while seeing the market profile streamed live. Pre-market volume 1.2 million. Decent, nothing great. Yesterday was incredibly heavy. So it remains to be seen what happens with that prior to the opening with the volume. So those are two early plays. And then on the chart, monthly, we're in balance. We took out a 4-month balance with a vengeance yesterday. We came out of an inside month, $10 to the upside in regular trading hours, only to see that almost fail, and now this morning maybe fail. And right now, we're back firmly inside the 4-month balance. So we are balanced. Weekly is still up. We still have the gap. If the gap gets filled, I'll still call it up. We'll see how the week is to close. I could always call it balance to up, but right now it is up. And the daily, if we take out yesterday's low, we come back into balance, right? Markets do not go bull bear. So we came out of balance to bull with a vengeance. Right now we might come back into balance. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.